Hello again. I'm back with something I just wanted to do just for fun. With Halloween coming up, kind of getting in the mood for Halloween cards, and this is an idea that I did a couple years ago actually, but I wanted to do it on the video and show you how I do like zombie colored skin, and it also would work for vampires as well if we skip a step, so I'll show you that. I'm using Hugh from the Greeting Farm. He's a wild sprout. I think he might be discontinued now. And then I'm also using bits and pieces of a couple others like Dahlia Wild Sprout, Jade Wild Sprout, and Toxic Creeper. I'll do that in a separate video since we'll be doing a little bit of head swapping there as well. But we'll get right to the skin coloring now. So for the skin tone on these zombies, I use E000 and E70 and E71. So we're going to start, I always start with my lightest, E000, and we'll start on Hugh here. I'm just laying down the base, getting that on him. Nothing against Hugh, I think he's sweet in his own way, but there's just something about him always spoke to me as a little zombie guy. Normally, not a fan of zombies. They kind of give me the heebie-jeebies, but when they're cute like this and no skin's dangling off of them, I'm okay with that. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of leave the center there a little white since that's going to be my lightest area at the end. Okay, now I'm going to my E70 and I'm putting in the shadows, and it's really got that kind of purple tint to it, so it does give them the look of, you know, kind of dead skin. And I'm going to have his light source kind of coming from this direction, so I'm going to be heavier on the right hand side of him for my shadows. Have his curly hair there. Just a thin line on this side. And then underneath his shirt, always opposite that light source. So there and there. Okay, now I hit with my darkest shadow, the E71. And that's just going in those darkest spaces. Away from the light. Not that I suppose zombies would be out in the light much, but we've got a little spotlight on him. Okay. Just really light on this side. Can't forget those arms. Okay. Now I'm going to work back down to my E70, and I'm just kind of pulling a bit with a flicking motion down into that E000. For the most part on these ones, I mean, most of the skin is going to stay that really light E000. Just for that nice deathly pallor. Now I'm going to blend it with my 000. Just going over the whole thing. Okay. Oh, can't forget the arms. Now I also tend to take my E70 and kind of go around their eyes a bit, just to kind of, you know, sunken in, and you know, they're little Halloween creatures. Blend it a bit, and I don't add blush because again, these guys, little dead guys. Oh, it's terrible, but they're cute ones. Okay. Now that is where I would stop for a vampire. Since I am making him a zombie, I'm going to be adding in a little bit of G82, just kind of as little highlights on him. It's a nice, it's a gray, it's a light gray with a lot, or green with a lot of gray tones to it, so it works nicely. Just kind of hitting the shadows. And this I'm not actually going to blend. This is just kind of following in those really darkest areas. Okay. Just like that. And it just kind of gives that a cool, gross kind of look, I guess. So like I said, this is totally optional. But it does take it that one further little step. Okay, so let's do Dahlia real quick. Same thing, second verse, same as the first. We're going to start with our E000 and just lay that down. I love Dahlia. She was actually one of the very first sprouts that I got from the greeting farm, and I think it's her heavy bangs. They're just kind of funky and a little bit edgy looking, but she's still got those sweet eyes that I love. And then because we're going to be using this body, I'm jumping over here and coloring in the skin there. Okay. E70. And again, with those great bangs, I just take my marker, give it a nice shadow underneath there. And she's going to have the same light source as Hugh, so I'm a little heavier on the right hand side. Okay, and then for her we want to get underneath that chin, down on the neck, on the hands, legs. Okay, there we go. Now our darkest, the E71. Same thing, just not as far down, but really hitting those shadows. Oh, these guys are looking like they rose from the grave on Halloween, that's for sure. Okay. Then, working back down. Just kind of blending the two together a bit. And there we go. And then we're going to use the E000. And we're going to just kind of blend that all together. Very good. And again, I'm not going to do any blush on her. I'm just keeping that nice deathly pallor. Okay. Now, we'll give her some little dark around her eyes. And like that. And there we go. I'm going to let that dry on her while I do the green, and then I might come back and give her a little bit more defined eyeshadow since she's a girl. But I'm going to hit her with the G82. Like I said, if you were sticking with a vampire, stop there. But since we're going zombie, we're going to add a little bit of G82. Just in those shadow areas, and I don't blend it. Okay. Let's see. Did I do the body over here? I don't know if I did. I'll hit it again with the 71 if I didn't. Can't forget that, even though she's a disembodied head. She's does need her body eventually. Though I guess for a Halloween card, maybe she doesn't. Okay, so now, let's see. I think I am going to. I'm going to bring in some W3, W5 just on her. I like the warm grays when I'm doing eyeshadow and I want a smoky look. I just like the look of them better than like the cool grays. So I'm just going to add a little bit in, darken up her eyes a bit, ringing it around because we want her to be kind of creepy looking. W5. Even darker here in the corner. I'm going to bring that down because I really want her eyes outlined. Back to my W3 just to kind of blend it out a bit. And then back to my E000 to kind of smooth those edges. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to grab my colorless blender. I just noticed I got a little bit of color into her eye there, and I like to keep them nice and white, so I'm just going to push that back out. Okay, and it's kind of modeled in a way, but I like that look for this one because I want it to be that not beautiful skin, but so that transition from the 000 into the 70, it's not super smooth blending, but I think it works for the undead look that we're going for these guys. Alright, well, I'll stop this video and get ready to do the head swap on this, and I'll see you in a minute.